back to our 2-Minute Tuesdays with Trish and Pastor Dave.
2 minute two.
If I can't go to church because of health reasons, how do I worship? I know I can watch online and TV sermons, but they don't feel like worship to me. Any suggestions? That's from Jennifer. That is tough.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I think actually she's identified something that's pretty critical about worship. It's a community gathering. Now, a lot of us go to worship thinking, what am I going to get out of it? How am I going to get closer to God? Which certainly there needs to be an element of that. But reality, that's not going to happen for you every Sunday. Sometimes the sermon's going to be boring. You're not going to like the hymns. You're not in the right mood, whatever, you know. Yeah. But it's not all about just us or even a personal relationship with God. There's something to that community aspect. Yeah. If it was just about you learning, you could just read that in a book somewhere. You don't have to go to a church to get that, right? So what I hear Jennifer asking is, how do you capture that communal aspect if you are alone? And it's difficult, but I think it can be done. I think there is some value to watching the online something or whatever, because it gives you a focus for the week, or it gives you a door that opens, right? But then there needs to be more than happens. It's not just that discrete moment where you watch it and, well, I saw the sermon and now I'm done. How do you interact in such a way that that sermon affects you? How do you talk with people about that? And that might be a beginning stage. Just, hey, you know, ask someone in your life, will you watch this too? And can we talk about it? Because I found it interesting. Or even if you can't be that overt, if there's like this idea of forgiveness or something in the sermon. Hey, what do you think about forgiveness? I heard something about it this week and, you know, whatever, and discuss that back and forth. You can certainly do that with a pastor. I imagine you could call your pastor and they'd talk to you, because we kind of get paid to. But, you know, they're friends and neighbors or family or anyone almost that you can talk about these things with would help. And that provides the two or more that are together, where God promised, where two or more gathered in my name, there I am. And I think that, you know, is at least a partial solution. There's no real great one, but I think that idea of talking to someone really will open up that next step for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I hope that you do get that sense of community.
Yeah, exactly, because community is real important, right? Yeah. The reason that I'm not sitting here, even though you don't overtly, once I start talking, you don't say too much usually in this format. You do in others.
Right.
But there's a reason I'm not reading that question to myself.
Yeah.
Right? There's this interplay.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, if you have more questions, he has an email.
I do, pastor@sov-id.org.
And you can talk to him if you would like.
That's right. Or even talk to Trish, because I can forward it.
That is true.
That's right. We're saying SOV Boise is our Facebook, YouTube.
And Facebook. It's all down here. You get it. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.